There comes a moment when you stare at yourself in the mirror and realize no one is coming to save you. No miracle, no handout, no lucky break, just you and the choices you make every single day. The world doesn't care about your excuses, your pain, or your past. It only respects results. You say you want success, but do you truly want it enough to bleed for it? Because that's what real change demands. Sacrifice, discipline, and a level of self-belief so strong it drowns out every doubt and every critic. You can't sit in the same place, think the same thoughts, and expect your life to magically transform. Growth begins when comfort ends. Your future self is watching you right now, begging you to stop wasting potential, to rise up, and to become the person you were born to be. Every day you choose either progress or pity, action or excuses, power or weakness. The truth is brutal but freeing. Your life won't change until you do. Change demands sacrifice, not sympathy. That single truth separates the average from the unstoppable. Every person wants to change their life, but very few are willing to give up what's holding them back. Everyone loves the idea of transformation, of success, confidence, and freedom, but they forget that every victory has a price tag. The cost isn't money, it's comfort. It's the sleep you lose chasing your goals. It's the friendships that fade when you outgrow small talk and start craving depth. It's the nights when no one believes in you and you must push forward with nothing but self-discipline and conviction. Change isn't about wishing, it's about bleeding. Sympathy won't get you anywhere. The world will feel sorry for you, nod its head and move on. It won't pause to hand you success wrapped in comfort. Life rewards the ones who refuse to beg for pity and instead rise to claim their power. You can't cry your way into greatness. You can't talk your way into discipline. The only way forward is through sacrifice, through cutting out everything that weakens you and replacing it with habits that harden your spirit. If you want to build a stronger body, you'll have to endure pain, fatigue, and hunger. If you want to build wealth, you'll need to say no to distractions, to comfort, to the instant gratification that keeps most people poor. If you want to grow mentally, you'll have to unlearn the lies you've been fed about limitations. Change is never gentle. It's violent, uncomfortable, and ruthless. It shatters the old you to make space for the person you're meant to become. The truth is, sympathy feels good because it's easy. People love to tell you they understand, that you've been through a lot, that it's okay to rest. But what they're really saying is, stay small, stay safe. Don't push too hard. Sympathy is a soft pillow for a weak mind. It comforts you while your dreams slowly die. Sacrifice, on the other hand, is cold and unforgiving, but it's the only path to real change. When you sacrifice, you trade temporary comfort for lasting strength. You trade laziness for growth, fear for power, and weakness for confidence. Every successful person you admire made sacrifices you'll never see. They woke up early when no one cared. They worked while others partied. They pushed when others complained. They didn't wait for support or sympathy. They built momentum from pain. Because pain, when used correctly, becomes fuel, the fire that burns in your chest when you're tired, when you're broke, when you're doubted. That's not a curse, it's a signal. It's life daring you to rise. You can't transform your life until you're willing to sacrifice the version of yourself that's keeping you small. You must give up your laziness, your doubts, your need for approval, your attachment to mediocrity. You can't build a new mindset while clinging to the same habits that broke the old one. That's why most people never truly change. They want the reward, but not the work. The result, but not the responsibility. They talk about change, but deep down they fear it because change destroys everything fake. It exposes who you really are and what you're truly willing to endure. Sacrifice is not glamorous. It means lonely nights, endless effort, and moments of deep frustration. But on the other side of that struggle lies freedom. The kind that can't be given, only earned. When you sacrifice, you're not losing, you're investing. You're building the strength to carry the weight of your dreams. The person who sacrifices is dangerous because they've already endured pain. They've already faced rejection. They've already learned to move forward without applause. The world doesn't need more people begging for sympathy. It needs more warriors of discipline. People will understand that comfort is the enemy of greatness. Every time you choose the easy road, you give up a piece of your potential. Every time you chase sympathy, you teach yourself weakness. But every time you choose sacrifice, you build muscle in your mind and armor in your heart. You become unstoppable. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. So when things get hard, don't ask for pity. Don't post about your pain hoping someone feels sorry for you. Look in the mirror and remind yourself that no one owes you anything. You owe yourself everything. You owe yourself the effort, the fight, the discipline to become the person you keep imagining. You owe yourself the life you dream about. And the only currency accepted is sacrifice. Let people misunderstand you. Let them call you obsessed, arrogant, or cold. Let them say you've changed, because you have. You've traded comfort for clarity, weakness for willpower, excuses for excellence. They won't understand now, but one day they'll see why you did it. You're not here to be understood. You're here to evolve. Sacrifice is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. It's the fire that purifies, the grind that builds character, the silence that shapes vision. And while everyone else seeks sympathy, you'll be building something real, something unshakable. So stop asking for the world to feel sorry for you. Stop waiting for a sign, for help, for validation. The only thing standing between your current life and the one you want is your willingness to let go of comfort and embrace sacrifice. Remember this, every great story begins with someone who refused to settle, someone who looked at their life and said, enough. The day you stop asking for sympathy and start demanding more from yourself, that's the day everything changes. Change demands sacrifice, not sympathy. And the moment you accept that truth, your life will never be the same again. Comfort kills growth, pressure builds power. It's a truth most people run from their entire lives. We are taught to chase comfort, to find safety, to avoid risk, to stay where things feel easy and familiar. But the reality is, comfort is a silent killer. It's the slow poison that drains ambition, dulls discipline, and suffocates potential. When you live in comfort too long, you stop moving, you stop fighting, and worst of all, you stop becoming. Growth doesn't live in comfort, it lives in the struggle, in the grind, in the moments where you're stretched to your limits and forced to rise above what you thought you could handle. Pressure is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Every time life pushes you, every time the world feels heavy, that's life testing your strength. And those tests are what build you. Diamonds are created under pressure, not in peace. Muscles grow from resistance, not relaxation. Minds sharpen through challenge, not convenience. Yet most people spend their entire lives running from pressure, avoiding it like it's punishment. They don't realize that pressure is the birthplace of power. It's the force that separates the weak from the strong, the ordinary from the exceptional. When you stay comfortable, you stop evolving, you stop questioning your limits because you never reach them. You live in predictable cycles. Waking up, going through the motions, chasing pleasure, avoiding pain. It feels safe, but it's a trap. Comfort convinces you that you're okay where you are, even when deep down you know you're not fulfilled. It whispers that tomorrow you'll start chasing your dreams, that someday you'll take that risk, but someday never comes for those who choose comfort. Comfort is the illusion of peace at the cost of progress. Pressure, on the other hand, doesn't care about your excuses. It demands effort. It pushes you beyond what you think you can handle. It breaks you down so you can rebuild stronger. When you're under pressure, when you're uncomfortable, uncertain, and challenged, that's when the real growth begins. It's in those moments of struggle that your character is forged. You learn discipline when you're tired but still keep going. You learn focus when distractions scream for your attention but you stay locked on your goal. You learn resilience when you fail and get up again. Pressure builds these qualities. Comfort never will. Think about the times in your life when you truly changed. It wasn't when everything was easy. It was when you were cornered, desperate, when you had no choice but to rise. Maybe it was after a heartbreak, a financial loss, or a failure that shattered your confidence. Those moments of intense pressure shape you into something new. You look back and realize that the pain was necessary, that without that struggle, you would still be the same version of yourself, trapped in comfort. The truth is, growth hurts. That's why so few people chase it. They want power, but without pressure. They want strength, but without struggle. They want to evolve, but never leave their comfort zone. It doesn't work like that. You can't have both comfort and greatness. You must choose, because comfort and growth are enemies. One nurtures weakness, the other builds warriors. The person who embraces pressure learns to adapt, to rise, to fight when others fall. The person who clings to comfort becomes soft, fragile, and dependent on an easy life that can collapse at any moment. Pressure reveals what comfort hides. When you're under pressure, there's no pretending. Your true mindset, your real discipline, your genuine hunger, all of it is exposed. That's why pressure is so powerful. It strips away illusion and forces truth. It shows you exactly who you are. And if you don't like what you see, it gives you the chance to change. Comfort never gives you that gift. It keeps you blind, numb, and average. Most people misunderstand pressure. They think it's punishment. They think it's unfair. But pressure is a privilege. It means you're in the game, that life sees something in you worth testing. The ones who crumble under pressure never realize that it's the exact thing that could have made them unstoppable. The champions, the leaders, the creators, they all know this secret. They don't run from pressure, they run into it. They invite challenge because they know each test refines them. Every hardship makes them sharper, stronger, hungrier. Yeah, if you're feeling pressure right now, don't wish it away. Don't pray for things to get easier. Pray for the strength to handle more. Because Because the more pressure you can take, the more power you can hold. Life will always press down on you, trying to see what you're made of. Let it mold you, harden you, sharpen you. Let it break the version of you that's afraid to fail, so the fearless one can rise. Pressure builds power, and power builds destiny. One day, you'll look back on your struggles with gratitude. You'll see that every sleepless night, every setback, every moment you felt like giving up was actually building you. You'll realize that the comfort you once craved would have kept you weak, but the pressure you endured turned you unbreakable. That's the paradox of growth. The very thing that hurts you most becomes the thing that strengthens you most. So don't fear pressure, don't hide from it, embrace it like an old friend, because it's shaping you into the person you're destined to be. Every challenge is a gift wrapped in pain. Every obstacle is a chance to rise. Remember this: comfort kills growth, pressure builds power. The choice is yours. Stay safe and slowly die inside, or face the pressure and rise into your power. Comfort will whisper lies to keep you ordinary, but pressure will forge you into greatness. Choose pressure, choose growth, choose power. No one is coming. Your transformation starts with you. Those words are harsh, but they carry the truth that most people spend their whole lives avoiding. We grow up believing that someone will eventually rescue us, a mentor, a partner, a friend, some miracle opportunity that will suddenly fix everything. But that moment never comes. The sooner you accept that reality, the sooner your life begins to change. Waiting for someone else to change your circumstances is the same as choosing to stay stuck. No one is coming to lift you, to motivate you, to drag you out of your comfort zone. That's your job. That's your fight. It's easy to look around and blame the world, your parents, your environment, your past for why you are where you are. But blaming doesn't move you forward. It chains you to the same story. Transformation begins the moment you stop pointing fingers and start taking ownership. Every successful person in history started with that realization. If it's to be, it's up to me. No one handed them the life they wanted. They built it, brick by brick, failure by failure, lesson by lesson. They didn't wait for help, they created it. They didn't seek permission, they took control. When you understand that no one is coming, it's not meant to break you, it's meant to free you. Because once you stop waiting for someone else to solve your problems, you realize how powerful you truly are. You stop expecting and start executing. You stop hoping and start building. You stop wishing for a better future and start creating one. The moment you take full responsibility for your life is the moment you reclaim your path. Transformation is not a group project. It's not something you can outsource, share, or delegate. It's personal. It's between you and the mirror. You can have all the support in the world, but if you don't decide to change, nothing changes. Motivation can spark you for a moment, but transformation requires consistency, discipline, and self-respect. No one can give you those. You have to grow them from within through effort, through trial, through repetition. People often wait for the right time to start. They tell themselves, when I feel ready, when things calm down, when someone believes in me, then I'll begin. But that perfect time doesn't exist. You'll never feel completely ready, and no one else can believe for you. You have to believe first when no one else does. You have to start before you're prepared. Because growth comes from movement, not from waiting. The world doesn't owe you anything. It will test you, ignore you, and sometimes break you, but it will also reward the ones who refuse to quit. No one is coming means you are the author of your own story. You can rewrite it anytime you want. You can rise from any mistake, rebuild off any loss, and reinvent yourself as many times as necessary. But that requires a choice, a decision to stop being a victim of circumstance and start being a creator of destiny. You may not control what happens to you, but you control how you respond, how you learn, and how you grow. That's where transformation begins. In the moment you decide that your life will no longer be left to chance. The truth is, most people never change because they're waiting for motivation from the outside. They want someone to tell them they're capable, someone to push them, someone to show them the path. But motivation fades and people can leave. If your drive depends on others, it will die the moment they disappear. Real transformation comes when you can push yourself even when no one's watching, when you can keep going even when no one applauds you. That's self-mastery. That's inner strength. So there will be days when you feel invisible, misunderstood, and alone. Days when the weight of the world feels unbearable. That's when you must remind yourself, no one is coming. It's not a punishment. It's an invitation to rise. You are capable of carrying yourself. You are capable of creating your own momentum. Every time you get up after failure, every time you push through doubt, every time you take another step despite fear, that's transformation in action. The people you admire, the ones who built empires, who changed their lives, who became legends, they didn't wait for rescue. They became their own rescue. They used pain as fuel, rejection as direction, and loneliness as motivation. They understood that life doesn't hand out success, it demands effort. And they gave it everything because they knew the truth. No one is coming to save them, and they didn't need anyone to. When you finally take control, something incredible happens. You stop fearing failure because you realize you've survived worse. You stop craving validation because you've learned to trust yourself. You stop settling for less because you've seen what you're capable of. When you commit fully, your entire mindset shifts from I hope to I will. That's when transformation becomes unstoppable. No one is coming. So build the habits that save you, learn the skills that elevate you, discipline your mind so it doesn't betray you, feed your soul with purpose, your body with strength, and your heart with courage. Every small action compounds into a new identity. You don't wake up transformed, you earn it, one choice at a time. Understand this, your transformation will be lonely at first. People won't understand why you're changing. They'll doubt you, question you, maybe even mock you, but that's how you know you're growing. Growth isolates before it empowers. Don't fear it. Use that solitude to sharpen yourself. Build quietly, work relentlessly, and let your results speak when the time comes. No one is coming because it was always meant to be you. The fire you need, the strength you seek, the power you dream of, it's already inside you, waiting to be awakened. Stop searching outside, start building within. The life you want, the person you dream to become, it all begins with one truth. Your transformation starts with you. In the moment you truly understand that, you become unstoppable. So here's the truth. You've waited long enough. You've hoped, prayed, complained, and dreamed, but now it's time to act. No one is coming to change your life because that power has always been in your hands. The world doesn't reward those who wait. It rewards those who move. Every goal you've ever wanted, every version of yourself you've imagined, it's all possible, but only if you stop expecting a rescue and start becoming your own hero. The pain you feel right now is not a curse. It's the fire that will forge your strength. The struggle you face is not your ending. It's your beginning. You have everything you need inside you, the discipline, the will, the intelligence, the power. You just have to choose to use it. Every second you hesitate is another second lost to fear. But the moment you decide to rise, the universe shifts in your favor. So don't wait for signs. Don't wait for someone to push you. Stand up, take responsibility, take control. This is your life, your fight, your story. No one is coming. And that's the best news you'll ever hear. Because now it's your turn to become everything you were meant to be.